Yo, we're gonna talk some fantasy matchups real quick. So I'm gonna give you these fantasy matchups. You decide to pick who you think would win and why. All right. We'll start with Marvelous Marvin Hagler versus Canelo Alvarez. All right. Two, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Pernell Whitaker. Three. Ooh, that's a good one. Monzon versus Marvin Hagler. Hmm, that's a good one. That's actually a very good one. Monzon had a really good jab. Uh, hmm, hmm. That's a good one. Jackson the Hopeful, you got a good one. I'm gonna throw it out there for the other people. Carlos Monzon versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Who you got, guys? Who you got? That's a good one. That's a good one. Tommy Temper says back with another one. Yeah, man, but it's gonna be very brief because I gotta go. Just some fantasy matchups I think are good ones. Yeah, Jackson. Carlos Monzon had great defense as well. Jackson Hopeful says I got Monzon slightly better skills. Hmm. Yeah, but that's a good fight you just picked there. That's a good fight. Um, Let me give you guys another fantasy matchup. Aaron Pryor, Aaron the Hawk Pryor versus versus uh versus Sean Porter. Aaron the Hawk Pryor versus Sean Porter. All right, let me give you guys another one. Jackson Hole for Marcos Maidana versus Antonio Margarito. Okay, I could tell you the answer to that. I got Marcos Maidana beating Antonio Margarito. I have Marcos Maidana stopping Antonio Margarito because he faced Soto Carras and he stopped his ass. So I got him. I got Marcos Maidana all day on that one. All right, here's another one. We got a lot of fantasy matchups, man. I love this though. I love this. Here's another one. Tommy Temper, shout out to you, brother. We may never see this one, but Errol Spence Jr. versus Mike McCallum. What you got? At super welterweight. Mikey Garcia versus Vasily Lomachenko at lightweight. Andre Berto versus Shane Mosley at welterweight. Jackson the Hopeful says Adrian Broner versus Zab Judah. Woo, that's a good fight. Actually, I would love to see Adrian Broner versus Andre Berto. AB versus AB. That's another good one. Jackson Hopeful says I got Mike McCallum. I have not seen Spence at 154 yet. Okay, fair enough. Um, Going up to the higher weight classes, Bernard Hopkins Bernard Hopkins versus James Toney at light heavyweight. Jackson Hopeful says, Ricardo El Finito Lopez versus Tyson Fury. It's a good ass fight. Of course, it had to be the same weight class, but that's a good ass fight. I'd love to see that. I'll be at heavyweight, I'm assuming. I would have loved to see El Finito face. I would have loved to see El Finito Lopez face. He was so small though, real small. But Juan Carlos Payano. Juan Francisco Estrada versus El Finito Lopez. That shit I would have loved to see. Mildred Taylor versus Pernell Whitaker. I know they were from the same year and they supported each other, but I would love to see that. Who you got winning? Terry Norris versus Mike McCallum. A 154. Marlon Starling versus Danny Garcia at welterweight. Marlon Starling versus Danny Garcia at welterweight. Winky Wright versus Jarrett Hurd at 154. Willie Pep versus Gervonta Davis at lightweight. Tevin Farmer versus Black Chocolate. It would have to be at lightweight because he's a super featherweight, so it would be at lightweight. Henry Armstrong Jackson Hopeful says Nonito versus Chocolito, HBO's dream. Donaire versus Chocolito, that would be a good fight. You got Winky Wright? Okay. Jackson Hopeful. Mosley versus Benny Leonard. Oh, shit. At lightweight. That's a good ass fucking fight. I got Benny Leonard. Mosley would have been too strong for him though, because remember, lightweights today are bigger than lightweights of yesteryear. So Mosley might have taken it. And Mosley is a good boxer. Benny Leonard was good though. It's very good. James Toney. Now think about this one before you say anything. James Toney versus should I do this at? Super middleweight, bro. We'll do a super middleweight. Okay. James Toney versus. Think about this now. Caleb Plant at super middleweight. Or better yet, James Toney versus Billy Joe Saunders at super middleweight. Any one of those two. Who you got? Jackson Hopeful says Alexis Arguello versus Roberto Duran. I got Duran. I mean, Arguello was a much bigger guy, but I got Duran. Ernesto Marcel beat Alexis Arguello. Jackson Hopeful says I got Billy Joe Saunders over James Toney. Yeah, because early in James Toney's career, Reggie, you remember Reggie, what's his name? Reggie Jackson? Reggie Jackson beat his ass. Dropped him and all that. So yeah, it's possible that Billy Joe Saunders beats James Toney. I was looking at his earlier fights, and James Toney wasn't, I mean, he beat Michael Nunn because he stopped him. Michael Nunn was outboxing his ass. So you got a good point. It might be Billy Joe Saunders. It might be. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders ain't got him, he doesn't really stop people, but. All right. Pernell Whitaker versus Sugar Ray Robinson at welterweight. Who you got? Let me see how good you guys are. Let me see who you guys gonna pick on that one. In fact, I want to answer from you guys in the chat if you want. Who do you think would win between Pernell Whitaker and Sugar Ray Robinson? Yeah, of course. Okay, there you go. Jackson the Hopeful. Hands down, Sweet Pea. I agree, 100%. I think Sweet Pea takes it from me easy. Easy. That's easy work. Which leads me to the other one. Sugar Ray Robinson's protege, Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Sweet Pea. Who you got? Pernell Whitaker, man. I'm going to miss that guy. Yeah, honestly, it's almost a no-brainer when you say Sweet Pea. It don't matter what name you bring up, including Floyd Mayweather. You got to really think long and hard. Be like, oh, Floyd Mayweather versus Sweet Pea. Because, see, Sweet Pea got that defense, man. He got that defense. And he going to make you look stupid. And he can fight. I think Sweet Pea versus anybody in history, you tend to swing towards Sweet Pea. I mean, Floyd would get probably the majority of the matches. He would win, but it wouldn't be easy at all. I don't think so, at least. Charlie Burley versus Gene Fullmer. Who you got? Burley versus Fullmer. Juan Manuel Marquez. Think about this one. Juan Manuel Marquez versus Julio Cesar Chavez at lightweight. You get Burley the edge over Fullmer? Jackson the Hopeful? Cool. Yeah, I think Burley would take it. Jackson the Hopeful says Marquez. You think Marquez will beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? He did beat Marco Antonio Barrera. I give him that. You might be right. You might be right. Jose Luis Ramirez versus Sam Langford at lightweight. Jose Luis Ramirez versus Sam Langford at lightweight. Yeah, I think Marquez fought stiffer competition back to back than Chavez did. He's the guy that stopped Pacquiao too. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Now think about this one. Don't just answer. Think about this one. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Think about it before you answer. Thomas the Hitman Hearns. The Hitman. Now, there's Hearns at welterweight. There's also Hearns at super middleweight. I want to talk about the Thomas Hearns that we saw at super middleweight. Thomas the Hitman Hearns at super middleweight versus Andre Ward. Think about it. Don't just answer, because Hearns at middleweight was a different kind of fighter, much more complete fighter than Hearns at welterweight. So think about what I'm saying first. Yeah, he did get knocked out by Iron Barkley. That was I believe it was at middleweight. Super middleweight was a different story. So let me hear what you guys got to say about that. Jackson Hopeful says Bernard Hopkins versus Andrew Ward. I got Andrew Ward all day. All day. Andrew Ward versus anybody from super middleweight to light heavyweight. Andrew Ward. Period. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Roy Jones Jr. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's James Toney. I don't care who the fuck you bring to the table. Andrew Ward, I have. That kind of fighter. His will to win. You know, his hard work developing his craft. I mean, this motherfucker used to beat everybody with one hand. His right hand was gone for most of his career. He was fighting with one hand. That motherfucker is sick. You see, these are things that people don't think about. Motherfucker didn't have two hands for most of his career. And he was beating people's ass with one hand, his left hand. And then when he finally got two hands, he stopped fucking Sergey Kovalev. Think about what I'm saying. Andrew Ward's a special guy, and I got Andrew Ward. You know what would be a good fight? A catchweight fight. Andrew Ward versus Floyd Mayweather. That's a dream fight. I got Mayweather, but ain't gonna be a tough fight for Floyd. Kyle Froch versus Callum Smith. I got Kyle Froch has the reputation of coming back from behind and beating fighters. And, you know, and James DeGale was a damn good fighter. He never faced Kyle Froch. I would have loved to see James DeGale versus Kyle Froch as well. But I think Callum Smith is just a different nature of fighter. He hasn't fully proven himself, so I can't really say. But we'll see. I mean, that's a good fight. Kyle Froch versus Callum Smith. That's a good dream fight. You know. But Callum Smith is the dude in the division right now, so we'll see what happens with that. Callum Smith versus James DeGale would have been a good fight when James DeGale was not injured and not a shell of himself. That would have been a good ass fight too. Ricardo Mayorga versus Adrian Broner at 154 in a press conference. Ricardo Mayorga all day, baby, all day. He was crazy motherfucker. He kissed Shane Mosley's wife. I think he slapped her butt or something. Jose Luis Castillo versus his name is slipping me. He was one of the best lightweights ever. And it's just slipping me right now. Hang on, let me find it. Where's my phone? Okay, so wait. Let me get that phone out. Because I really want to. I want to really one of the best lightweights ever. Why is this motherfucker? It's so next. It's connected to the internet. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to do box right. There you go. That's the name I was looking for. Yeah. So Tony Canzoneri. All right. Tony Canzoneri versus Jose Luis Castillo. Who you guys got? Jose Luis Castillo versus Tony Canzoneri. I think Canzoneri was a junior lightweight champion as well. Jose Pedraza versus Greg Hogan. Who you guys got? Holy shit. Edwin Valero versus Vasily Lomachenko at 130? I got Valero all fucking day. He was quick. He had power. I got Valero on that one. And Lomachenko's good, but I got Valero. He was crazy. 100% knockouts. I mean, the competition he was facing wasn't on the level of Lomachenko, though. I still got Valero. You got Castillo? Really? Beating Canzoneri? Okay. That's an interesting one. That's a good matchup, though. Tony Canzoneri beat some real names, you know. I got one more. It's my last one. You guys can add some more in the comment section as you so wish. But Diego motherfucking Corrales. Diego Corrales versus Esteban de Jesus at lightweight. Diego Corrales versus Esteban de Jesus at lightweight. I would love to see Stevie Johnson versus Esteban de Jesus too at lightweight. That would have been a good ass fight too. Right, but Diego Corrales versus Esteban de Jesus at lightweight. Who you got? All right, so I just wanted to do some fantasy matchups with you guys. On that note, I'm out of here. Peace to you guys. You guys can leave the rest of your results in the chat section. Jackson Hopeful says De Jesus. Which is this? Against Stevie Johnson or against Diego Corrales? I gotta go get something to eat. Yeah, you do. So peace to you guys. Against Corrales. All right. Okay. You got that left hook. I guess you're thinking of the left hook. And Corrales got caught with left hook with Floyd. Man, Corrales was a beast, though. He was a beast. You know, Corrales, Diego Corrales. Diego Corrales took on and knocked out guys like Jose Luis Castillo, fucking Acelino Freitas. You know, Joel Casamayor got his ass whipped by Diego Corrales. You know, Corrales took out and beat Julio Diaz. You know, this fucker was bad. He was a bad motherfucker. Floyd took him out, but he was a bad motherfucker. You know, I'm just saying. You know, Diego Corrales at lightweight was a bad man, and it's super featherweight as well. I think Joshua Clottey beat his ass at welterweight, though. If he didn't die, we don't know where his career would have gone. You know? Diego motherfucking Corrales, boy. Diego Corrales beat Joel Casamayor, Angel Manfredi, Derek fucking Gainer, Robert Garcia, who was at the time the IBF World Champion, faced Floyd Mayweather, beat Acelino Freitas, Jose Luis Castillo, and he faced Joshua Clottey at welterweight. That motherfucker was a bad motherfucker, man. He was a bad motherfucker. You know, the only people who beat him were Jose Luis Castillo, who stopped his ass miraculously. He was beating Castillo's ass. Floyd, Joel Casamayor. That's about it. Those are the guys that beat him. 3 guys. You know what I'm saying? He beat everybody else, man. All the top tier guys. Garcia, Gainer, Manfredi, Casamayor, Freitas, Castillo. He beat all them guys. He's a bad boy, I just think. But yeah, if you wanna, if you wanna go with, the Jesus, Esteban Jesus. Esteban Jesus, these are the people that Esteban Jesus beat, right? And one dangerous guys like Castillo. You mean he beat Roberto Duran, right? So I give him his props on that, but these are the guys he beat. He beat Duran, undefeated Ray Lampkin, lost to Antonio Cervantes. Antonio Cervantes knocked his fucking ass out. He beat Gutsi Chimitsu, which was a good fighter. And he beat Edwin Viret. Got knocked out by Saul Mbe, Roberto Duran, Antonio Cervantes. Got knocked out by those guys. Knocked the fuck out, too. Yep. So I don't know, man. Corrales was a bad boy. He beat everybody. But this guy didn't beat everybody. He didn't beat Antonio Cervantes. He didn't beat Duran. He didn't beat Saul Mbe. Saul Mbe knocked his ass out as well. Saul Mbe don't knock out people. He knocked his ass out. So it is what it is. All right, guys, man. I'm out of here. You guys have more fantasy matchups. Bring them and let's see what people get. What people say about that. Peace. I'm gone.